Assalamu alaikum dear students, I hope everybody is fine. I am Dr. Alives and you are watching YouTube channel ALEVELCAMS. In this lecture we will learn how we plot the polar curve. So student, for example, let's say we have a curve y equal to cos square x and x lies between 0 to 2 pi. So in the coordinate plane you can see that cos square is always positive for any of the value between the 0 to 2 pi. At 0 it is 1, at pi by 2 it is 0, at pi cos is minus 1 but its square is 1, at 3 pi by 2 it will be 0, and at 2 pi it is again 1. So you can see the plotting of graph is like the W shape. Understand? This is the plotting of the curve in a Cartesian plane. You substitute x equal to 0, you will get 1. You substitute x equal to pi by 2, you will get 0. Y is 0. When you substitute pi, you will get minus 1 square, y is 1. So means you give the value of x and get the output y. But for the polar coordinate, let's say we draw is polar curve cos square theta, where theta is like between 0 to 2 pi. But for the polar drawing, polar sketching, we take r corresponding to the angle theta, and this is the initial axis, mean the initial line. So corresponding to 0, we have r equal to 1. If you substitute 0, you will get r equal to 1. Here angle is 0 degree. R is 1. When you have R is pi by 3, pi by 4, pi by 6, means 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 and 90. At 90 it is 0. When you substitute 90 degree, R will be 0. Understand? At 60 it is 1 by 2, you will get 1 by 4. Let's say it is 1, it is 1 by 4. It will be 1 by 4. At 45 it is 1 by 2. At 30 degree it is under root 3 by 2, mean 3 by 4, which is 0.75, like this one. So when you draw it, you will get figure like this. Understand? So similar, it has a reflection about this one. At 180 degree it will be minus, but r will be 1 because minus 1 square is this one. And similarly, whatever the value you have 30 degree, you have at 150, 135 and 120 degree. 120, 135, 150 and 180 degree. Because we know that cos of theta is equal to cos of 180 minus theta with the negative sign. So student, what you will do, you have the same value like this. At minus 90 cos will be 0, and at 260 r will be 1. So you have this type of curve, means you have two circles. Understand? This is the sketching in polar coordinate, this is the sketching in the coordinate axis. Dear student, you can see here you put x and get y. Here you put theta and get r. The points to be remembered here, r is a radius. Radius can never be negative. But you take r corresponding to theta. Let's say if you are taking theta 90, what will the value of r, which is 0? You substitute here. Understand? If you are taking theta equal to 45, r will be 1 by 2, you take its value, this one. Understand? Something like that. Stay with that for the next lecture. See you again. Allah Hafiz.